Well, if you've ever stood in a security line at the airport, you've likely seen bomb-sniffing dogs. Right now, the Transportation Security Administration is expanding its K-9 program, adding 50 new dog and handler teams across the nation. As Eyewitness News reporter Erica Zucco learned today, they are training all of those dogs right here in San Antonio.
K-9s like this one can sniff out what airline passengers like you and me, and even handlers like Corey Bell, can't find right away.
You can't see what they're searching, so to see that the dog can find that easily is pretty impressive.
It takes months of dog training, weeks working with their handler, and on average $42,000 to take one K-9 team from mock checkpoints like this one to testing at San Antonio International, and then airports across the country.
Exposing those K-9s and the teams to those environments here at San Antonio helps them be successful when they leave to go back to their home airports.
Here at JBSA Lackland's K-9 Training Center, TSA instructors teach dogs how to sniff out explosives, tell them apart from similar smells, and help their handler keep airports safe.
You know the ins and outs of your dog before you leave here.
Dogs learn how to find explosives stashed away or on passengers, and the TSA constantly updates what they'll smell to make sure they're ready for every new threat that could be thrown their way.
We have to train like we fight. The enemy's constantly throwing variables at us. With that intel, we have to make sure that we implement that.
But TSA inspectors aren't the only ones who graduate this course. There are police officers, too. They're ready for bus, ferry, train, and anywhere else Homeland Security wants to keep us safe. Erica Zucco.
Good boy, good boy.
KENS 5 Eyewitness News.